Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the class. So today in this project, we are going to do a very exciting project name running lights effect. So let's change our project name first. So you can see here in my screen on the top left corner of the screen, here you can change the color, change the name of the project. Our project name is running light lights effect. So first of all, I'm going to brief you about this project. So in this project, we are going to use some projects. Basically, we need two LEDs and the breadboard and this one Arduino and two registers. So basically, what the LEDs do, whenever the first LED is glowing, then and that time the second LED is off. And whenever the second LED is glowing, the first LED is automatically off. So this is our project brief. This is what we are going to make in this project. So let's, without wasting any time, let's drag these components here in this simulation. First, we need one Arduino Uno for this. Let's drag the Arduino Uno here. Here you can see we have this Arduino. Now the second component we required is one breadboard. Here you can see this is our breadboard. You can drag it here in the stimulation. Now the third component we required is two LEDs. As I have already told you, we need two LEDs to do this project. Here I have connected it, one LED, and the second LED we required. Here I have connected it. Now I'm going to change the second LED color to green. Here I have changed the color. Now we require these two registers, as we know that if I did not connect the register here, so our LEDs will burst. So for to not to burst our LEDs, we need to require two registers to place this on our LEDs so that our LED is safe. So I'm going to drag this LEDs also. Here I have connected it. Now you can see that here is two LEDs I have connected in the breadboard and two registers I have connected in the breadboard in the same line. Why I have connected in the same line? I'm going to explain you about the breadboards, about the connections in this video only. Now let's first, uh, I will explain you about this breadboard and you will automatically aware that why I have connected the registers here, why I have not connected the register here in this line or this register here in this line. So I'm going to explain in this with one presentation which I have created of breadboard. Here you can see we have this horizontal and vertical green lines. So what these lines called is horizontal lines and vertical lines. This lines is called as vertical lines. These lines you can see, and these lines are called as horizontal lines, like this whole line and this lines. These are called as vertical lines. So the the working of horizontal and vertical lines is that you have already seen in the breadboards that in this vertical lines you have seen that there are four holes, and in this horizontal lines you have seen multiple holes are there from one end to another end, like here you have seen. So these holes are already connected to each other, like with a metal rod, and these four holes are connected to each other. So if you connect an LED, like suppose if you connect the LED negative terminal to this hole, and like you can see that there are four holes, and this line also have four holes. So if you have connected the negative terminal to this terminal and the positive terminal of anode, which is called positive terminal, is called anode to this terminal. So where you will can connect the resistor or the jumper wire in this line only, because you see that these connections will work only in vertical direction, and these connections will work in horizontal lines, like horizontal direction. You cannot connect it here, like jumper wire or here, to work your project. So that's all which you need to know if you are doing the breadboard connections, like you are working on a breadboard. So you need to aware of that, that if you have connected the negative terminal to this hole, or the positive terminal to this hole of the LED, so automatically you have to connect the register or anything which you want in this project. You have to connect in this line only to work your project. So I hope you understand. And if we talk about the horizontal lines, so if you have connected your positive terminal of the LED to this and this negative terminal to this side, then you have to connect your jumper wire or anything which you need, like the buzzer or anything which you want to connect with our LEDs in this line only, in this holes only, like two holes, like the battery positive and battery negative. You have to give it this in this line only. You cannot connect here, here, here. If you have connected the battery positive and like LED positive and battery negative here. So this is what I want to tell you about this breadboards. Now let's talk about this breadboard here. I have already told you that these holes are interconnected, like this four, five holes, and this hole is interconnected to each other. This hole is interconnected to each other. As I have told you that if you have connected the LED negative here and the positive pin here, so you need to connect the resistor in this line only, in this line only, the for one terminal, and the second terminal you can connect it to negative terminal. Like we know that the resistor has also two terminals, and we have connected the first terminal here, and the second terminal we have connected to the negative terminal of the breadboard. Then similarly, if we talk about the second resistor, same, we have to connect it in this line only, because uh, as we have connected the cathode pin with our terminal 2 of register, then after that similarly we have to connect same as LED1. Now as you can see that here I have connected it. So I have told you that this connections is interconnected to each other, so I can take a jumper wire, or I can connect a jumper wire here in this line anywhere. Like I can take the jumper wire here also. I can take the jumper wire here, from here also. I can connect it. So I'm going to take the jumper wire here. Here I have connected it. Now I'm going to connect it with GND pin, because we know that pin will connect to the GND pin only. Here I have connected it. Now we we have left with our anode pins. Here we are done with our GND pins, like cathode pins. I have connected it with GND pin of Arduino, and here we are left with our anode pins of our two LEDs. So now I'm going to connect this anode pins. Here you can see anode pin is connected to this terminal, so I have to take the jumper wire or anything which we have to connect in this line only to work our LED. So I'm going to take this jumper wire from here, this hole. You can take it from three holes which left. Any one hole you can take. Here I have taken. Here I'm going to connect it with delta pin 8. As we know that digital pins are positive pins, and I have connected it. Here I can change its color to red to identify that it is our red LEDs jumper wire. Here we don't need these resistors, these wires. Now, as you can see, I have connected it. I have connected the first LED's connection. Now the second LEDs, similarly, we can do the connections. Now, as you can see that anode pin is left of the second LED. So here I'm going to connect the second LED's positive pin also with digital pin 9 we can connect, because we have connected our first LED's digital pin with our digital pin 8 anode pin. Now I'm going to connect it with digital pin 9. Here I can change the color to green. Here we are done with our connections. As you can see, these are very simple connections which I have done. I have earlier explained about the breadboards and the connections, and now the coding part is left. Now let's start the code and let's see our project is working fine or not. Now I'm going to explain you about the code. First, you can see that here's the block coding, and there are options that you can block coding. You can do block codings also, text coding also, and block plus text also. So in this video, I am going to uh, teach about the block and plus text, because if I do the block coding here, so we don't need to do the text coding, because in the block plus text um, text option, if I do the block coding, so then it will automatically detect the block coding and convert it to text. So we don't need to do the text coding uh, that's separate. So that is the benefit that we can take. Now I'm going to set up the void function. So in this, we need one block coding that we need is on start button. So let's find the on start button. So we we are going to this control button, and see here you can see that this is our on start block we can take. Now in this on start, here you can see we have taken two LEDs. So in this on start, we have to set up our LEDs first. So if I do the text coding, so we need to write it as pin mode, or LED pin setup as 8 as output, and LD2 pin setup as output. So in this output button, you will see that here is automatically you have the block code for this functions, like for this block codes. So you can take this setup build LED to high. You can take this block code and place this inside the on start button. Here you can see a text will automatically detect your block code and it will convert it to text. You don't need to write the text code separately. This is very benefit. This is the benefit that we can take from block plus text. And now, as we can see that here we have connected the two LEDs, so we need to just write two LEDs, two, two functions for this. Here we are done with our on start button. Now we want to set up our while loop functions. For that, we need to go to control and take our forever functions. So what forever functions will do that it will run the program multiple times. So because if our first LED is glowing, so in that time the second LED is off, and it takes a 1 second's time or 2 seconds time to repeat that uh, program. So we want to repeat that program multiple times. So we need to take it, like we need to take forever block for this for that. So in this forever block, we need to give the output as set LED pin. Uh, we need to place this set LED pin 8 as high, because we have connected a red LED, like the 8 red LED to the 8 pin. So we need to write it as set LED 8 pin as high, because we have connected our LED anode with our digital pin 8. So that's why I have written it as set LED 8 pin as high. So similarly, if we talk about the second LED, if our first LED is glowing, then we need to give the command as that our second LED is off that time whenever our first LED is glowing. So we can copy this code and stick it here, and we can change. We need to change it data pin 9, because we have set two pins 8 and 9. So and change it to low, because we have connected two LEDs here. We can see that whenever our first LED is doing, then at that time the second LED will off. So that is our main purpose. So that's why I have taken these two commands. Now we need to give the delay for 1 seconds. So we can take this wait function and stick it here. Here you can see we are we have done with our like forever block. Now similarly, we have to repeat this, and this function will work for the first LED. Now we need to uh, do the coding part for the second function also. So we go to the output and take this set LED pin as, now set LED pin 9 as high, and set LED pin similarly we can take set LED pin 8 as low, because we know that whenever our first LED is going, second will off, and similarly whenever our second LED is going, first will automatically off. So this is our main purpose of this project. Now we need to give control and delay for 1 seconds, as we have already given for first LED. We need to give it to for second LED also. Here we are almost done with our project. Now I'm going to start the simulation and let's see our project is working fine or not. Here you can see our whenever our first LED is glowing, the second is automatically off, and it takes 1 second time to repeat that code. And if we talk about the time, so we can change the time also. Here you can see we can change it 1 second to 2000 milliseconds. Let's see it is working fine or not, and how the our LD gets effect from this, like project gets effect from this. Here I'm going to start the simulation and let's see it takes 2 seconds time or not. Here you can see it takes 2 seconds time now. It takes time now to repeat that. Whenever our first LED is glowing, the second will off that time, and then when the second LED is glowing, first will off, automatically off. Here we are done with our project, and you can see the code when here's our code. And thank you for watching. Here we are done with our project.